Time here. Do crew members date each other on cruise ships? Yes, they do. Is it allowed? Yes, it is. But, if you are going to be a crew member on a cruise ship, or a yacht, or any type of vessel, you need to be very careful. A cruise ship is a small town, and when it comes to the crew population, it's a very small town. So if you have your average cruise ship of, say, 1,400 crew members, it's a small population. And so you need to be very careful when dating on a cruise ship, especially if you are in a managerial position. So imagine for a moment you living in a small town with a population of 1,000 people, a small little town in the middle of nowhere, and say 1,000 adults, right? Let's not count the children. It's a very small population, and so if you're gonna date someone there, and then a month later break up, and then date somebody else, and then a month later break up again and date somebody else, you are quickly going to get a reputation. The same applies to cruise ships. Yes, you can date, but if you date a fellow crew member and break up after a month or two and then start dating somebody else, your life could become difficult, and to a certain extent, depending on the way you broke up with each other, it could become miserable and toxic. But the opposite is true. A lot of crew members are dating each other long term and end up marrying each other and living the cruise ship life and moving on land together and founding a family and living happily ever after. So it really depends on the individual. But one thing that is true is that if you end up in a painful, bitter breakup on a cruise ship. Now, if you want to hear more about that, join me on Patreon, where I discuss these in depth. Join me on Patreon for more stories about the cruise ship industry. See you there.